At the beginning of the 17th century was established the Edo Bakufu, the last shogunate. The Tokugawa shogunate restored the peace inside Japan, but it isolates from the rest of the world too during 2.5 centuries. This government had 5 governing bodies.
Tairo was a high-ranking government position. Tairo was a veteran samurai, generally a temporal governor who leads when the shogun were absent. He usually presided the council of elders in case of emergency. Logi. They had some responsibilities as keep relationship with the emperor, supervise daimyos that control fiefdoms, management of forms adopted, supervise internal situations, maps and other government records compilation among others. Wakayoshidori, or junior elders, were senior government officials in the Edo period of Japan under the Tokugawa shogunate, was responsible for overseeing the vassals of the shogun. In addition, they also oversaw the activities of craftsmen and doctors, organized and supervised public works projects, and were the change of shogun personal wards. In the event of war, the Wakadoshi Shiori were theoretically to direct samurai in the battle. Metsuke were the censors or inspectors of the Tokugawa shogunate in Japan. They were created with the special mission of detecting and investigating maladministration, corruption, or disaffection anywhere in Japan, particularly among the population with a status less than that of the daimyo. Machibugyo were samurai officials of the Tokugawa shogunate in Edo period Japan. This was among the senior administrative positions open to those who were not daimyo. They identify a magistrate or municipal administrator with responsibility of governing and maintaining order in what were perceived to be important cities.
With the victory of the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, Ieyasu Tokugawa, born in 1543 and dead in 1616, became a shogun and took power by force, establishing a military government called the Edo Bakufu, or shogunato, ensuring that his family ruled Japan for 250 years more. With his victory, he distributed lands between his most loyal vassals, the daimyo, to put limits and not govern them in potential rivals. Tokugawa established a very peculiar system. During the Edo era, also the figure of the emperor still existed. His real power was inexistent. He was a respected figurehead of society, but he did not rule Japan. From time immemorial, the Japanese emperor was considered descendant of the founding gods, kami, present in all and each nature elements. Beliefs from the country's native religion called Shintoism. Kami is the Japanese word for those deities that are worshipped in Shinto. Kami can be personified deities, similar to the gods of ancient Greece or ancient Rome. In other cases, they represent the phenomenon of growth, natural objects, spirits that inhabit the trees, or the forces of nature. In its use in Shintoism, the word is an honor for sacred and noble spirit that implies a sense of worship for its virtues and authority. Some of these gods are
Amaterasu Omikami, the goddess of the sun. Ebisu, one of seven gods of fortune. Fujin, the god of wind. Hachiman, the god of the war. Inari Okami, the god of agriculture. Izanagi no Mikoto, the first man. Izanami no Mikoto, the first woman. Kotomatsukami, the kami meaning wholeness. Daijin, the god of the thunderclap. Ryujin, Japanese dragon god of the ocean and storms. Susanoo no Mikoto, god of the ocean, and Tsukuyomi, god of the moon.
even so, the shogun of the Edo period was who perpetuated its hegemonic power in the political area, as well as in economic and military fields. It is because of that, to keep the line to the feudal lords of the different territories during the Edo period, it was established the Sankin-kotai, an institution whose objective was being under vassalage to the daimyo, forcing them to stay each 2 years in chambers of shogun in Edo, now Tokyo. By other side, the archipelago borders were closed, forbidding entry to foreigners and interference that could destabilize the currently situation of the feudal Japan. The country stayed separated from the economic roots of the period, and only one selected group of Dutch, German, French, Englishmen, or Americans had the opportunity to trade and contribute with their knowledge in medicine, science, and construction. These people positioned in southern cities as Nagasaki or Dejima, and always with connivance of the daimyo, who allowed them to perform their commercial encounters, providing that this didn't interfere in their plans.
The Tokugawa shogunate created a balance in power that remained 250 following years, influenced by the principles Confucianism of social order. Majority of samurai lost direct possession of lands, so that only allowed them to become farmers or move to the principal town of their fief and become servants paid of daimyo. Just some samurai stayed in outer provinces from north or as vassals directly from shogun. Besides, the Senkin-kotai system was established where it was determined that families of daimyo must reside in Edo. Population was divided into 4 classes in one system called the Kamo Mibusei. In first position were samurai, the 5% of the population. In second position were farmers, 80% of population. In third position were craftsmen, and in last position were traders. Only farmers lived in rural areas. Samurai, craftsmen, and traders lived in towns constructed around daimyo's castles. This system prevented marriage between people from different classes. Of these 4 social classes were the Eita and Jainin. The Eida were poachers, tanners, and grave diggers. The Hainin served like guards or executioners. Other excluded groups from social classes were pregnant and prostitutes. Individuals did not have any legal right in Japan. Family was the smaller legal entity contemplated, so keep status and privilege of the family had a great importance for all society levels. The required influx of the feudal lords from Edo, an insignificant village at the beginning of 17th century, merchant establishment, craftsmen, and the transfer of Buddhist temples and Shinto temples determined a quick increase of population.